So I spoke to the bank again, and they're still saying there's no chance of me getting a loan to pay for the trial.
So we're back to square one?
Pretty much, yeah.
I can't believe your grand just signed everything over to Jeff like that. What was she thinking?
Well, she wasn't. That's the thing. He'd ground her down so much, she didn't know what she was doing. I just don't understand where all the money's gone. I mean, what's he spent it on?
With his track record, it's probably best not to ask.
Look, I know it's a long shot, but have you thought any more about trying to persuade him to put the house on the market?
Why would he, though? I mean, he's bound to suss that we're going to use Yasmin's half of it to pay for the trial.
True, but if the money has gone, then maybe he's as desperate as you and your gran.
Can you look after things here for a few minutes?
Why were you going?
To talk to David Platt.
What for?
I'll explain later. Come on.
Right, yeah, but what if a customer shows up?
Let's get your penny on.
Ryan, sorry I had to rush off like that.
Well, you're here now, so just tell me why you had to see David Platt so badly.
I asked him for the number of the company that are buying his house.
What for?
To see if they'd be interested in buying my grand's. I just got off the phone to an estate agent. They're gonna send someone round this afternoon so I can get an idea of how much it might be worth.
So have you told them you're getting an evaluation?
No, and I'm not gonna. Not until I know how much it's worth.
Right, well, then you better keep your voice down, because he's just walked in.
I thought my ears were burning.
You're getting paranoid. We were just talking about a DJing gig I've got next week.
Pull the other one. Look, face facts, you're not going to win this trial, so why are you wasting your time?
Because my grand's innocent, and everyone knows it.
Fine. Have it your way.
You all right?
Yeah. I'm not gonna let him get to me anymore.
How are you going to get him set up? Or even get inside the house without him finding out?
Don't worry. I've got an idea. Quiet today, isn't it?
I'm sorry, did you say something?
Just that it's quiet in here today.
What do you expect me to do about it? March up and down outside dressed in a sandwich board trying to drum up business?
No, I was just wondering if you mind if I take my lunch about 2 o'clock. I just need to pop out and do a few things.
Take it when you want. Just remember, it's called a lunch hour for a reason.
Yeah, I get it. No, I understand. It's not your fault. So, when can you come and take a look at the house? It's just I'm pretty busy, and if you could give me an exact time, that would be really...
Alya! I know you're in there.
Sorry.
Alya!
Sorry, I'm gonna have to call you back.
Open this door, or I'm calling the police.
All right, keep your wig on.
You got a flaming nerve.
Yeah, all right, just calm down.
What do you think you're doing, stealing my keys, sneaking around in my house? Come on, hand them over. I should call the police. Have you done for breaking and entering?
I didn't exactly break in.
You what?
Before you start shouting again, just let me explain. I was supposed to be meeting an estate agent to get the house valued and to save time, yours and my grand's.
What do you mean, save time?
When you split up, which even you must know is going to happen when she gets out, you'll have to put the house on the market.
Is that right? And what if I decide not to?
Are you really telling me that half the money from the sale of this place wouldn't come in handy right now?
It's not just a question of the house. There's the contents to think of. A whole loft full of my magic gear. That hadn't even crossed your mind, had it?
No. But now you mention it.
If I downsize, that lot will have to go into storage. Not cheap. And if I get a little flat on my own, then I'll need to kit it out.
Well, of course, we could come to a fair agreement.
I've always liked this sofa. Just the right amount of give. And the telly. I spent hours on the internet looking for the right model. She didn't have a clue.
She did pay for it, but we could negotiate.
And then there's the bed. It's memory foam, you see, for my sciatica. Couldn't sleep on a used mattress. Not with my allergies. Not with my back.
You've got no intention of selling.
There you go, Yasmin. There's a huge lump sum to get out of jail. And you're the one with the degree.
You think you're so clever, don't you? We know all about the loans you've taken out against the house. I mean, 4 in 2 years. That's some going.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
So what have you blown it on? It's not designer clothes or flash cars.
I'm a man of simple pleasures. A good book and a brew. Yasmin's the one with expensive taste.
No, you splurged it on something.
Yasmin signed all the paperwork.
All right, tell me honestly, because I genuinely want to know. Why dig your heels in? Your family aren't speaking to you. You know, why not go and make a fresh start? Somewhere you can be the jester.
Because I'm not a quitter. Because my name's on the mortgage. And because I'm not the criminal around here. Shut the door behind you when you leave.
Hey, you!
Feeling better?
You know what I would be if this was Jeff's face?
I've been thinking about the financial coercion, and he's covered his tracks well. So well that you may never be able to trace the money, assuming that there's anything even left to trace.
So what? Give up?
You can't keep banging your head against a brick wall forever. It might be worth thinking about speed, though. Sell your shares.
And live off what? I mean, at this rate, my Gran will have nothing left to come back to. Or maybe Gran's right. She is better off inside. At least she feels safe and protected.
You don't mean that.
Well, what's she got to look forward to on the outside?
Her freedom, her family, her friends, Flossie.
How do you know that the chicken's called Flossie?
Well, these prison visits, sometimes the conversation flags. Plus, I don't even know how to pronounce the other one. Demelza?
Demeter. Demeter's looking a bit baldy, actually. I can't bring myself to tell Gran. But hey, what does it matter? You can't keep chickens in a bedsit, can you? Because let's be honest, even if we do get her out, and that's a big if, we're gonna be living hand to mouth for years. The rest of her life, probably. What is it with this guy? He's got all the cards stacked in his favor. I mean, who chooses to be that unhappy?
Jeff doesn't care about happiness. All he cares about is winning.
No, people say that. But when it comes down to the crunch, self-preservation must kick in, surely.
Accept it. This is what you're dealing with. Jeff would cut off his nose, his ears, and his mouth to spite his face, and he would still call it a victory.
I know I should have waited for you to get home, but my belly couldn't.
No, you fill your boots. He's leached enough out of this business. Oh, look at him. Slime ball.
Ugh, he's put me up the chorus.
You don't think he's got a secret family stashed away, do you?
After Robert, nothing would surprise me. Except Jessel was here.
Checking up on me. Oh, yeah, you're right. But those loans, that money, it couldn't have just vaporized. There must be a paper trail.
Yeah, if you had access to his accounts. And for all we know, he bundled it up as a takeout and watched it walk out the door.
Like old Daniel's pulled out the comb over, eh?
He's lining up his next victim. Flowers, meals, smart hotels. All the stuff that he did with Elaine and Gran and Tess.
How'd you prove it, if you can't follow the money?
I follow him. We follow him. Ryan, you're a genius.
I am, man.
So if you find yourself over this way again, come and see us.